Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video I finally start painting the hull. So the first thing I did was I sanded everything down, then I wiped it down with white spirit to remove all the dust and grease from the surface. After I'd done that I started applying the primer. The first coat I did was 75% thinner and only 25% paint. I did this so that it would really sink into the wood. The paint that I was using was just normal primer, but it was oil-based primer, so it wouldn't just wash off. Probably it would have been better to use actual boat, like marine paint, but I didn't think it was really necessary as long as it was oil-based. After I applied the first coat, I sanded that down, hoovered it, and then wiped it down with white spirit. I also masking taped around the gunnel so I wouldn't get any paint on that. And then I started the second coat, which was 50-50 paint and thinner, so slightly thicker than the last one. Then I sanded that, hoovered it, and wiped it down with the white spirit. And then I did the next coat, which was 100% primer. And then I did 2 coats of undercoat. What you're seeing now, I don't know if this is doing the primer or the undercoat. I don't know. I should have said when I was filming it, but I really don't know, but it's one or the other. So then after I'd done the 2 coats of undercoat, I did the gloss. With the gloss, I used an actual yacht paint. So that's the only one that was actually a marine paint, but I thought it was the most important as it was on the top. I probably would have used a normal gloss, but I already had the marine gloss, so I decided to use that. So yeah. When I was putting on the gloss, I used a brush instead of a roller because it makes a nicer texture. It dries smoother. Right, so after I'd done that, I moved on to the inside. Previously, floor and the centerboard housing had been painted, so I decided to paint that again. Obviously, I had scraped all that paint off. I forgot to record me putting on the primer and undercoat, but here's me putting on the gloss. So I went for a similar colour that it had been before. It wasn't exactly the same, it was slightly redder before, but I think this worked fine. I put 2 coats of this gloss on. The hardest bit by far was painting the inside of the lockers here, because it was really hard to reach up to the sides, so I didn't manage to do a particularly good job, but I think it will do. The next thing I did was I screwed on, to be honest I don't really know what this thing is called, like the metal stripping that goes along the bottom. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. But basically I lined it up, screwed the hole, drilled the holes, and then I epoxied right down the center where it was going, and then screwed that down on top so it squished out the epoxy each side to create a seal so it didn't leak where the screws were. I hope that's going to work. The screws were very short and they were screwing into fiberglass and epoxy where the seam joined anyway, so I think it should be alright. I taped down each side of the strip of metal so that when the epoxy squidged out it didn't go all over the boat. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe so you don't miss out on the last few episodes of this. Also, if you didn't see the first episodes, I'll put a link in the description to the playlist with all of the restoring the Mirror Dinghy episodes. Anyway, bye.